Since I've done reacting to unpopular and popular book opinions, I've decided to share my own. Just a disclaimer.
I have seen a few of these online, but it's not very common, so that's why I'm calling it unpopular.
If you have the same opinion, great. My first one is kind of controversial. Colleen Hoover's books are a good place to start reading. I'm sorry. That's how I got back into reading. So it's more of like an experience thing. Her books, they can be questionable, they can be really bad, but I think they're a good starting point. Once you read other books, you start to forget Colleen Hoover a bit more. My second one is I get bored when the couple finally gets together and get married and the only thing in their future is them getting married and having kids. Why is that relevant? You know, why do I need an epilogue of them just living life? Unless they suffered through this whole shebang of stuff, I don't really care. A good example is the epilogue of the Twisted series. I don't care. My next one is fanfiction count as books. And a couple of them are on Goodreads, which I love because they count towards my reading goal. But you know, some very talented people have just invested their time into writing this masterpiece that cannot be published because it's about another universe that already belongs to an author, for people to say that it's not even a book just because it's not published. Excuse me, the fan fiction that I read that are 150,000 pages long might disagree. I get so passionate about fanfics. My next one is breaking the spine of a book is not that serious. I know. Don't hate me, but I don't think it matters. The only thing that matters to me is that your book was well loved. Aww. So it's fine if the spine is broken. It's fine if a few of the pages have folds on them. It's really not a big deal. My next one is slow burn is just superior. And that, you know, that is like the least unpopular one, I think. But it's just, I love the small, tiny progress that the couple makes every time. So they just brush hands, or his heart skips a beat or something like that. Some like tiny minuscule thing just makes my day, has me giggling and kicking my feet. Next is hardcovers are good for aesthetics but not for reading. Yes, I know, I love hardcovers too, but it's just so uncomfortable to read with those. It feels like this huge brick that if I smack someone's head with it, they'll just pass out. It's just not comfortable. I like to fold my book. I can hear some of you screaming, calm down. It's just more comfortable to me. My next one is you don't need to annotate your books in such a pretty way. I know TikTok shows a lot of like people that super annotate their books and they draw on the books and it looks incredible. Don't get me wrong, it's super pretty, but you don't need to do that. Just you saying ha 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 slay is enough. You don't need to be super fancy with it. You just need a pen, or if you're too scared, a pencil. You don't need to make all these flourishes and fancy things if either you're not good at it or you don't want to. So just annotate the way you like. Yes, it's pretty, but it's gonna be prettier if you're the one that made it. That sounds so corny, but it's true. Annotating books makes the book so unique that, to me, that's the beautiful aspect of annotating, and not because it just looks pretty. The next one, I don't know how unpopular it is, but I've seen people say that audiobooks don't really count as reading, but thinking about it right now, I think the only people that said that are people that don't actually read. So we can't really take those into account, can we? Audiobooks count as reading? Shut up. This one, I haven't seen one person talk about this in a positive way. I actually like books in third person. I don't mind it one tiny bit. Like, I don't care if it's in first person or in third. It just doesn't bother me. In fact, I think there was a time in my life where I had a preference for third person because I had both POVs at the same time. I don't really mind it. I think it's actually quite fun. And my last one is, just because you don't read 200 books a year doesn't make you any less of a reader. I know some people feel pressured to read tons of books and,
oh my gosh, she read like 600 books last year and I only read 5. Oh my god, what's wrong with me?
the only important thing is that you enjoy reading. That already makes you a reader. Don't compare yourself to other people. You don't know how their schedule is like, you don't know how their life is like. Maybe they have more free time than you, or maybe they work their magic to read more books, or they read faster than you do, so it's really okay, you're still a reader. But I think those were all my opinions. Those were 10, so that's a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!